Welcome to the Liberty Flames podcast channel. Time now to introduce you to the Flames making news on the court, the field, and in the classroom.
Welcome into a Conference USA edition of the Liberty Softball Show. We'll have a chance to catch up with Coach Dot Richardson a little bit later on in the program, and a couple of our favorite Lady Flames. I better not say that. I better not say favorite Lady Flames, because we've got, how many's on the roster? That's how many favorites we've got, about 25 or so, something like that. It's a fun time of year as the CUSA Tournament is at the University of Delaware. Brand new to the conference, the University of Delaware, the Blue Hens hosting, and the Lady Flames are the number 3 seed. We don't know who they're going to play at the time of this recording, because they'll be playing the winner of a play-in game, and but we'll have all that information for you on the broadcast whenever they get ready to lace them up and play on Wednesday night. And again, it's listed at 7:30, but we know how that goes with the weather and games going along. It could certainly be a little bit after that, but somewhere in that neighborhood on Wednesday evening, the Lady Flames will be opening up Conference USA play, again as the number 3 seed, coming off a weekend sweep at Kennesaw State. Well, our first guest on the program is going to be Alexia Carrasquillo. And Alexia, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
And the first thing I want you to get everybody to tell everybody about, I should say, is your road to Liberty, because it's. I mean, everybody has a story. Everybody's story probably is a little bit unique on how they made their softball journey to get to LU, and a lot of that usually has something to do with Coach Dot Richardson along the way and some connection there. But yours started off maybe a little bit earlier than most.
Yeah, no, my process was definitely different coming to Liberty. Before Liberty, I was committed to another college. I was going to Florida, and that didn't work out. God had different plans for me in my life, and I think of it as a blessing. That definitely happened for a reason, and Coach Dot recruited me, and Coach Fagan saw me at the Sparkler Tournament in Colorado, and she loved what she saw from me, and my recruiting process started from there with them, and it just took off ever since. They saw me in California, and I went on a visit there, and I just fell in love with the program, the coaches, the environment at Liberty. I love that it was just a Christian aspect, a Christian environment, and how they were godly women. That was definitely just a switch that I loved about that school and about this school, and it just took off ever since then, and I've been just living my softball dreams here at Liberty with Coach Dot as my coach.
What was the first time a college coach looked at you or communicated with you?
I would say the first time was around 12, yeah.
That's pretty young.
Yeah, it was really young. My process started really young, which it's crazy, because thinking about it, how these coaches start so young, and then we don't even know what we're going to be doing with our life around that age. Like 12 is super young for me. But yeah, coaches and certain places started seeing me around 12, I would say.
Was that overwhelming at that age? I mean, you're 12 years old. You're not even a teenager yet, and you've got people talking about what you're going to be doing when you're 18, 19, 20 years old.
Right. I would say around that age, it was definitely overwhelming and a lot to take in at that time, because I was growing in to be a woman, of course. I'm still young. I'm still under my parents' wing, of course. I'm 12, possibly just finishing middle school, still going through stuff at school, learning about life still, and just growing up, of course. So I would definitely say it was overwhelming, just going through the recruiting process and just learning life and just learning about womanhood and just growing up. So I would say it was a little overwhelming, but I would say around that age, it was definitely a blessing, because a lot of girls don't get that opportunity. And I always take it as a blessing, but then also God did things throughout that process for a reason. So
what was the time frame on changing your mind as far as Florida and then Liberty coming into the picture? What year was that?
I would say the year was, I'm trying to think, 2020. I'm trying to think. Oh, wow. I don't even remember the year.
In high school, obviously.
High school, of course. Yeah. I would definitely say it was around my junior year.
Okay.
About the whole Liberty and going through the whole recruiting process again. So sophomore, junior year, I would say that's where it was happening. Again, the whole recruiting process.
How many schools do you think connected with you during, from 12 years old up until when you heard from the last school before you left high school?
Yeah, I would say I had probably a good amount of about 3 to 4 schools were in contact with me besides Liberty. And I was in contact with the coaches, going through the whole process again, how I was doing with Florida and some other schools at my young age. So definitely I would say a solid 3.
Okay.
And then 4, of course, including here at Liberty.
So not overwhelming.
No, not super overwhelming.
Okay.
I would say after the whole 12-year-old recruiting process, it wasn't overwhelming at all, but just going through the whole process again was definitely a struggle because I was like, okay, I went through it before and I got committed easily to Florida. And now I'm like, okay, now I need to go through the whole process again and start over. And I'm like, okay, what's going to be my home? Where's God going to place me? Where's going to be my stepping stone? Where am I going to make a mark at? And just having that pressure and just knowing that I have to do my job in travel ball, of course, on the field. So that way coaches can look at me. It was definitely a struggle as well, but it wasn't as overwhelming as it was.
When did you first, was being recruited by Liberty the first time you knew of Liberty?
I would say yes. I did not know Liberty at all. I started finding out about them when my coach told me and mentioned to me that Liberty was interested in me. And I said, Liberty, like Statue of Liberty? I was confused. I did not know Liberty was even a thing at all. So my coach gave me information about the school. I did my homework and it was just amazing what I found out about Liberty. And that Coach Dot Richardson was an Olympian. I didn't even know she was a coach there and that she was even an Olympian. My dad had to help me with the homework with Dot Richardson. So finding that out was definitely amazing an experience.
So you said your dad helped you through that process. How important is family as far as not just the ups and downs of the recruiting process, but now that you've come to college and there's obviously going to be some big swings as emotions while you're here too. Yeah,
definitely. I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Just you said your dad was kind of there with you, helping you through that process, and just how important is family in your journey?
Yeah, no, definitely family is a huge part of my journey. I went through the softball career, of course, with my parents, but my dad, of course, took over with softball and sports because he was a huge sport fiend. He loves sports. He loves just learning about sports, watching sports. He, of course, loved watching baseball growing up. So family is definitely important throughout my softball journey so far and my recruiting process. I always leaned on them for advice. I still lean on them for advice. So I would say they're definitely a huge aspect throughout my process, my recruiting process, and to this day as well.
Any other athletes in the family?
No, actually, I'm the first athlete in my family. Yeah.
Wow.
Which it's crazy to think about because talking with my family and my parents, you would think they're all full of athletes, but no, I'm the first athlete. So it's kind of cool to have that accolade in my family.
That is cool. Does it put any pressure on you at all? Or?
I would say no.
Okay.
No, definitely no. It's definitely a blessing that I get to have that in my family and to know that I'm the first athlete in the Carrasquillo family. So it's kind of an amazing experience, but yeah.
Because I would think that you'd sort of have in the back of your mind that everyone is living vicariously through you. If there's been no athletes before you, they go, okay, they're kind of, they're going through these ups and downs with me. And so obviously you want to make them proud.
Right, correct. I would say I definitely want to make them proud. Just everything they've sacrificed throughout my life with softball, taking me to softball tournaments, waking up early with me to take me to training or working out, traveling places with me, gas, money, spending all that money. So I definitely want to just show my performance on the field and make this worthwhile and just give back to my family and show them that I'm thankful for everything they've done for me and still that they're doing for me. So yeah.
That's a big. You're right. I mean, it's a big time commitment for everybody involved.
Yeah.
A lot of travel ball and those types of. I'm assuming you played some form of travel ball, or in Florida is everything close by because you've got so much great weather and you don't have to go probably too far to find some softball fields.
Yeah. So I played on a travel ball organization called Sparks Elite. So they're based out of. Don't take my word on this, but I think they're based out of Alabama. So Slade Stewart was my head coach, and then Jay Ross was also my coach for travel ball. So that was my travel ball team before transferring over to Liberty. But yeah, playing for Sparks Elite was definitely an experience. We always saw and caught the best competition out there. We went to the best tournaments. That way they could help us get recruited by the best schools out there and have just good schools come to watch us at certain tournaments. So I would say it was a blessing playing for that organization and for those coaches.
And I'm assuming because of the weather in Florida, that gives you a little bit of an advantage, because anybody who's coming out of high school in Michigan or Iowa or Nebraska, they're indoors in batting cages until March at least, and then they're even freezing when they're getting outside then. So you're in the nice weather year round, so that you feel like that was a little bit of an advantage. Have you had that conversation with any of the girls on the team that's from up north?
Yeah, no, definitely having that advantage, just having great weather at Florida was just a blessing, because of course it's always hot there. The sun's always out. So that's kind of a cool thing to have when you play. But I would say we definitely played in Florida some tournaments, but we also traveled a lot to different states. Like we traveled to Colorado, we traveled to California, we went to Alabama, we went to, where else did we go to? We went to Texas. Like we went all over to seek the best competition, to help us get recruited and have colleges seek us. So it was definitely fun playing in Florida for certain tournaments and just playing in great weather.
I had to take a quick look at the roster after I said that. I was like, do we have any players from, but I think Canada qualifies. Abby probably had a hard time finding good weather up in Canada. And there's Kentucky, Indiana.
Yeah.
Those aren't the best places probably to train in December and January.
No.
But for the most part, I'm looking at the roster, I see there's a lot of Georgia. Oh, we do. Caitlin's Delaware, so she's local to where we're at actually right now.
Yeah, we do have a lot of Georgia. If you think about it, we have an insane amount of Georgia. Yeah.
Georgia, Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, and Florida too.
Yeah. Tennessee, Kansas, North Carolina. So there's some decent weather mixed in there.
Yeah.
But what about the chemistry of the team and the fact that there's everybody has, obviously, if you're a softball player, you've got one common bond. No matter where you're from, you've got that. If you're at Liberty, you've probably got some other common bonds that you're not going to go to Liberty unless you can connect in some of those spiritual type of ways. And if you're around Coach Dot long enough, you've got enthusiasm. It's impossible not to have that spirit, if you're
Always
around her at all. But there's still some different types of personality, some uniqueness. There's introverts and extroverts, and there's everything in between. How would you describe the chemistry of this team?
I would definitely say this team this year is just a mix of funniness, extrovert, introvert. We have a wide variety of just different types of personalities on this team, which is kind of amazing, because it's like, for example, I'm an extrovert. I love to talk. I love being outgoing. Even if I don't have a great relationship with you, I'll just go up and start talking out of nowhere, which is kind of funny. But yeah, like for example, Ella, when you first met her, she's kind of an introvert, but then it's amazing because then once you get to know her, she loves talking. She loves talking. I'm like, okay. So it's like kind of just funny learning the different aspects of people throughout the season, because we definitely had a lot of new girls this season. But I would definitely say we have a lot of great, amazing personalities on this team. And it's just great getting to know, was great getting to know everybody in the beginning of the season and just still getting to know them now. So
coming off of the season that you guys had last year and just the history of this program, I mean, you don't have to look very far back to see just championship after championship, regional after regional. But last year, just getting to get the team getting all the way to the Supers And then this year, it's been a little bit more of a bumpy road, ups and downs, some good stretches, some bad stretches. Has that been trying, behind the scenes? Has that kind of strained any of the team so far this year?
Yeah, I would definitely say the season we've had this year is definitely a learning point for us and just taking it in. But I would say it has not been a strain. I think we've learned from what we've done wrong and some of the games that we didn't do the best in. Of course, the outcomes weren't the best, but I think I wouldn't say strain. I definitely think it would be a learning experience because, of course, we're not going to win every game. We're not going to do great every game, which is normal. And we definitely this season have a lot of new people and a lot of new blood on the team. So we were also trying to figure out this year, okay, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? Just trying to figure out new things, definitely compared to last year. And I would definitely say we've just been learning. We've been learning, taking in what we can do better in the game, how we can better our game as well personally, and how we, for example, like if we played a game and we didn't do the best, or I didn't do the best, what did I do wrong? And just work it out in practice or train on it. And that way when the game comes, we fixed it and we know where to go and what we did. And that way we know what not to do that again. So I would definitely say that this season, the bumpy season we've had, is just a learning experience and just eye-opening as well. So
character building. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Of course.
And it's still in front of you. I mean, we're talking, if somebody could be watching this 6 months from now, but as we're talking, you still got the Conference USA tournament. You win that, you're in the regionals, and you can do just as much as you did last year. You just have to get to that point, and it's 4 wins, and you're there. So easy enough.
There you go.
Easy for me to say. I'm not the one out there playing.
No. That's on point right there, for sure.
Tell us a little bit about your off the field. Like, what made you tick growing up? What other interests did you have? I know it's hard to have too much of other interests when you're playing softball year round, but what are some other things that maybe people wouldn't know about you? Yeah,
definitely growing up, I loved playing softball and t-ball when I was little, but I also did swimming and diving. I loved just swimming and diving, and I'm still a great swimmer to this day. So that was definitely a hobby that I had besides softball. I also played a little bit of volleyball. I liked playing volleyball. I still love playing volleyball when I'm not doing softball.
Really? What position?
I'm not going to lie. I don't know the positions for volleyball. I'm not that well. I just know I was in the middle of the court. I don't know what that is, center something, but that's where I played. I wasn't that advanced. I was the girl where I was, okay, we're winning.
The back
and
row?
Then I was on the bench.
Oh, the front row.
No, the back row, not the front row.
Okay.
Yeah, I was definitely the last girl to come in the court for like demolishing a team, and then they're like, okay, you can come in. But yeah, it was fun. I played volleyball, swimming. I even did ballet when I was little.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so just different stuff. It definitely shaped me to the person I am with my sport and softball, and just the person I am today. So
how recently did you do ballet? Was it very small or?
Yeah, no, very small.
Okay.
I didn't take it on longer. I just did it when I was little, probably I would say like 5-ish.
Okay.
And I also sang as well. I did a lot of singing. I went to singing classes for a little bit. Wow. Yeah, I was kind of in my Alicia Keys era. But
nice.
Yeah. So I did a lot of things, but softball was the one that stuck out to me. So
you tried everything, and softball was the one that you went with. Is there a specific reason was it just what you were best at?
Yeah, I would say softball is definitely what I was best at. I was best at softball. I gave my heart and soul definitely to just softball. The other things, I was like, all right, this is fun. But I just felt that I wasn't giving it my all to those other things. I was just like, okay, I'm doing it just for fun, but I didn't really have the love for it. Softball is what showed me the love for sport. So I definitely drew more to softball, and it just took off ever since then.
Gotcha. Could you see yourself staying in softball? I mean, for a while, obviously with professional leagues, you might be able to play for a while, but even when you get past that point of playing, could you see yourself being around the game in some other capacity?
Yeah, definitely after college, I definitely want to think about playing professional. That's always been my dream, playing professional and just taking the game up to another notch and challenging myself and just definitely playing with other professional athletes. But then after that, I was also thinking about becoming even a coach, just coaching a school, another Division I university, or even D2, wherever God takes me, or even if he gives me the opportunity to become a coach, I would love to coach a team. I love just seeing Coach Dot, Coach Fagan, and Coach Sammy coach, and just seeing what they do with the girls and everything and how they coach us. So they definitely inspired me to do that. But then also I'm taking up sports psychology in school. So I definitely want to take up that throughout my future and just become a sports psychologist and help every athlete that they need with their mindset and just their mentality. So,
and you talk about, and you guys have a world-class coaching staff, but especially in a season like this that has had its ups and downs, sometimes the psychological part of the game. I used to always joke with Coach Green was the women's basketball coach until just this last year, and I talked to him and I'd say, okay, they'd go through a stretch where maybe they lost 3 games in a row or something like that.
Right.
Or they just played a bunch of games in a row, like you guys have these tournaments at the beginning of the year, weekend, you've got, 5 games or whatever. So, okay, how much of this week's coaching is mental coaching and how much of it is X's and O's? And he's like, it's about 90% mental this week. And so there's a lot of psychology that goes into the coaching profession. So that's an excellent connection.
Yeah, no, definitely. Sports is a huge psychology thing, just with the mind and how powerful the mind can be throughout the sport. It's amazing just to see it, because I know a lot of athletes throughout the sport that they've gotten mentally drained. They're mentally out of the sport, or just how their mind is taking control of their performance and just taking control of them on the field instead of just playing to play the game, instead of not just letting their thoughts take over. It's definitely just scary how mental health can affect everything with softball or even other sports. So I'm just excited that God blessed me with this major, and I love just learning about it, taking it in within my classes, and just going with my future and just helping other athletes with softball or even other sports, just help them know that mental health is a thing, but we can overcome it and we can overdo it, and you don't have to just stay in your mind, and just you have control over your thoughts and your mind and all that.
It's interesting that we talk about this because we had a chance to catch up with Rachel Roop over the weekend, and she wrote a book basically about the mental side of coaching, and is also a nice resource for you guys to connect with, as Emily Kirby is as well. Coach Kirby, as far as someone who has played at the professional level. So if you're looking to take that next step, well, now you've got some resources where you don't have to go past your coaching staff. And of course, Coach Dot played in the Olympics. I mean, come on.
Right.
So you've got some excellent resources, and in Rachel's case, someone who is basically going through some of the things and she's written a book about some of the things that you're wanting to deal with once you get out.
Right. Yeah, hearing that Roop came out with the book was just incredible. Roop is a great athlete to just look at as an example how you can overcome adversity, because she's just an athlete that is just a great role model to look at, a great athlete to look at, to learn from her mentality. Because last year when I was a freshman, taking in her ways as a softball athlete and her ways as a senior was just amazing, taking everything in from her and just being under her wing and seeing how she plays, how mentally tough she was, and just how she would overcome anything that she had in her mind, and she just stuck it out and performed. And I just love that she came out with a book. A lot of girls that go through the sport don't really come out with books like that. So the fact that she came out with a book talking about mental health and your mentality is just incredible, for even me still being a college athlete and still reading it, which I want to get it and read it, because that will be awesome. I need to read it. Definitely see what she wrote in it will help me with my game still throughout my journey so far, and helping other girls that are in the sport, that are younger and that are looking to become athletes in my shoes. Definitely it will be good for them to read and just hear what she has to say, because she's just an amazing person on and off the field and just a great athlete. So
could you see yourself writing a book one day, something like that?
I can say maybe. I like reading books, definitely just about that topic. And I think it would maybe if God gives me the opportunity and if I'm given that place to write a book, maybe I'll write a book and maybe I'll do good in it. Maybe if I don't write a book, then I won't write a book, but we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. So.
Well, you mentioned the fact that you did some singing when you were growing up, and I know this team loves to have a good time, and I'm sure that means a karaoke machine every once in a while. You don't even really need a machine anymore. You just need a phone, pretty much.
A phone, microphone, and there you go.
What's your go-to?
My go-to karaoke song?
Yeah.
I love by Keisha Cole. That is an amazing song.
Okay.
For everybody hearing this, you guys need to hear that song. It's a great mellow, chill song to hear. It just makes your mood better and it just makes you smile. Don't know why, but I just love singing that song. It's a great song. And that's definitely my go-to karaoke song. Every time we do karaoke or we have a singing session, you will catch me singing that song for sure.
You ever do a duet or is it always just solos?
Definitely. I would say a lot of the girls on the team like to do duets sometimes, but I've done more solos because I like my time to shine and just sing. But I've done a duet before. I've done a duet with Jester before. And
in general, though, you just don't want anybody, you don't want any anchors, pulling you down. I understand.
No. That's not the case. I just love karaoke and I like to take it in and just sing it and sing my song and just get into it. So,
so you don't want, if you don't want to outshine someone at the same time. Like if you're just getting into it and your partner is like, okay, all right,
right.
I didn't know we were this.
It's
serious.
Not catching the vibe. There you go.
Like I didn't know we were professionals tonight.
I agree. Right. That's funny. Yep.
Well, I got to ask you about Puerto Rico and the experience as far as. Playing for, not many people get to play for a country. We talked about Coach Dot in the Olympics.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, definitely playing for Puerto Rico and playing for my island was just an amazing experience. Playing with athletes on that team that are the same race as me and just playing with girls that love the game and have the same passion as I do with softball and the same passion that being Puerto Rican shows on the field, just playing with girls that have the same passion, the same energy. It's just an amazing, great experience that a lot of girls aren't able to get. So definitely playing with girls on the Puerto Rican team and just being able to represent my island was just a cool, awesome experience. And I loved it. I loved every single moment of it. And just being able to play for something bigger than my sport and playing for an island is just great.
You get to tell us where you got to go in that too.
Yeah,
it's pretty unique.
No, it is. It is. I would definitely say we went to China, we went to Colombia, and where else did we go? Yeah, those are the two places we went as a team, as a whole, and it was just great. Going to China.
What was that like? Yeah.
I never thought I would be going to China ever in my life, but I went to China with the Puerto Rican team, and it was incredible. Seeing China, seeing just different aspects and how people live differently than us here is crazy. It was a crazy experience.
How so?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
The food is definitely different. They have a lot of different foods, textures, spices, just all that stuff. And the way they act, they're very mature over there. It's crazy just seeing the difference, the way they act over there compared to here. Very proper, and just seeing their language as well. I love hearing them talk in Chinese, and it was just amazing. Yeah.
As far as infrastructure and were things similar to here? I'm sure the technology probably was as good or better, but if someone just got parachuted into a city the size of, say, Lynchburg, but in China, would they be able to, outside of the different language, would they be able to tell the difference, the buildings, the roads, the cars?
Yeah, I would definitely say possibly, yes. Definitely, yeah. China is, what do they have? They have just a lot of huge buildings. They have a lot of huge buildings that I never thought would be that big ever in my life. They have huge buildings. The Wi-Fi and the internet there is definitely different. We had to use a VPN up there and to get good Wi-Fi and just to get good internet. But yeah, I would definitely say possibly, for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully everybody gets that opportunity. I think sometimes people think of, I don't know, they shouldn't, but they kind of lump maybe some of the other communist type countries together, but China's very advanced and
Definitely.
There's a lot of, I mean, I'm sure there's areas that aren't, but there's a lot of wealth there as far as compared to, say, like if we think about North Korea or something like that, where you go, it's China is certainly not a third world country. They're pretty far advanced, but it is
right.
It's a great experience. What were you, 18 when you went? Something like that?
Yes, I was 18 when I went to China. Yeah, I was 18. Never thought I'd be going to China at that age. I thought I'd be staying here and just living my teenage life. But no, I went to China at 18, and it was a blessing. It was definitely a blessing, and it was just awesome.
Well, hopefully there's many more travels ahead as far as that, whether it be through maybe the college aspect of things or the professional aspect of things, or representing your country.
Right.
It'd be great to see that softball isn't as international as some sports, but it certainly has the potential to be, because there's so much momentum in this country. You just look at the College World Series and the television ratings and so on. The attendance is just going through the roof. And so, America usually is the place where things kind of springboard, like the NBA. Now basketball's a worldwide game, and you probably saw a lot of Chinese, I don't know if there's signs up and billboards and stuff, but it seems like they just are absolutely in love with the NBA in China. And so, you can be that revolution, that you can be that generation that takes softball around the world, and that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Yeah, definitely in China when we were visiting and just looking at our surroundings there was definitely a lot of basketball around China. You saw a lot of like basketball courts, a lot of basketball paintings. Everywhere you went, you just saw something basketball. So they're definitely huge on basketball over there. But yeah, the way that softball has grown nowadays, it's just, I can't even explain how much attention we're getting, but I love it, because softball, I feel like it's just an underrated sport, but I think that it's definitely growing. And I love that for us, because we put our heart and soul into the sport. And for us to be seen as we're being seen now is just a blessing. And it's incredible, because a lot of athletes that are women as well, they're getting seen, but they're getting seen, of course, because it's like basketball. Of course, basketball is a huge sport, or anything else than that. But yeah, softball has definitely grown, and I'm loving the way it's grown. The attention we're getting is just incredible, and I'm here for it. So
it's fun to follow, for sure.
It is.
This is the fun time of year if you're a softball fan, because not only do you get to enjoy the conference tournaments and the regionals and the supers and the World Series, but then now professional softball is growing by leaps and bounds, and so that's generally taking up all the summer. So if you're a softball fan, you get something to watch from now until August, probably, something like that, maybe even later than that. So
no, yeah, for sure.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Well, Alexia, we appreciate you coming on today, and we'll be following you along with the rest of your journey this season, and hopefully it continues to go, maybe gets even a step further. You never know. The sky is the limit as far as where this team can go. Right.
No, the sky is the limit for us. Thank you so much for having me, and go Flames. And I'm just excited for the conference tournament and after the conference tournament, because we're gonna make noise, and we're excited. So yeah.
Well said. We'll be back with more of the Liberty Softball Show right after this.
Rogers Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing. Your certified Generac backup generator experts. Online at callrogers.com.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Welcome back into the show. We're now joined by Camden Anders, pitcher for the Lady Flames. And Camden, I'm looking at your superlatives here as far as, like what's on the little roster sheet, the bio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And there is a long list of relatives of yours that have played different forms of athletics themselves. And so we'll jump into that first, just because it always is interesting to me when you come from an athletic family, because I always assume that probably means it's a competitive family. If everybody's athletes, then they're probably, a game of Uno or Monopoly is probably vicious around the house if you've got that many athletes.
Always. Even just playing, we would always have Monopoly tournaments in our house. And Scrabble, we would go at it. I'd always get told I'm cheating, but I'm good with words. But we're such a competitive family.
How do you cheat at Scrabble?
Well, I'd see if something was real. And one time, I may have searched up, is this a word? And it may stuck ever since.
I got you.
Yeah, but, yeah.
So, okay, and let me in on the secrets of Scrabble. So basically, I don't think if I've played it, it's been so long ago I don't remember. So you pull tiles and you've got a bunch of letters.
I think you pull like 8.
Yeah, 8 tiles.
8.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
So 8's the longest word you can possibly make.
I think so. It's either 7 or I haven't played in a while, but I think it's either 7 or 8. Or
and
6.
If somebody puts a
8.
word and you think it's not a real word, then you can challenge, and then they look it up in the dictionary. Is that the way that works?
I guess that's how we do it, because we don't have like a dictionary book. So we'll look online, and then my grandma's like, Camden, no, I'm going to look it up because you cheat.
So now I'm starting to understand.
Yeah, it's my grandma and I's like favorite game. Whenever I'm hanging out with my grandma, her and I, and used to be my grandpa, we would all just, every single time I go to their house, we would just play Scrabble all night long.
So you now, if you're the one looking it up, you have to say here. Here's the
here,
proof.
Mimi. Here's
right.
my phone. You can search it up.
Okay, I got you. Do you remember the word? Does that stick in your mind?
It was some like 3-letter word. It was probably
3-letter word.
Yeah, it's when like you get towards the end of the game and the board starts like filling up and it's hard to find words, positions, and I was probably searching up something like SOA or just something random. It probably wasn't a word, but
that you had put the word, or somebody else?
I put it.
You put the word.
Usually
okay.
that's what happens.
And then you looked it up and you're like, oh yeah, this is a word. And then you take your phone away real fast. Okay. Yeah, I might challenge you on that too.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm doing with Scrabble, but I might have to call out that one, I think.
Yeah, I'll do it. But that's when I was younger. I'm older now. I think
more mature.
I got more brain power now.
Gotcha. Well, tell us about the family. You mentioned your grandmother, and she's obviously very competitive too. But tell us all about all those athletes that are in the family.
Okay, so we'll start with my mother. My mom, she's awesome. Love her. What's
your mom's name?
Her name's Sherry.
Okay.
So Miss Sherry Anders. She played basketball and softball in college. And so I know she went to a community college and she played basketball there. I think it was, I don't want to get it wrong, the college name. I want to say like Delta State. Wait, what's it say?
I may have it. Let's see.
It was some community college.
It says the University of Arkansas, Monticello.
Yeah, that's where she played softball.
Okay.
So that she's in the Hall of Fame in this, I want to say Delta State.
Okay, that sounds right. I've heard of Delta State.
It's in Mississippi.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that it? Yeah. So she's in the Hall of Fame there for basketball. That's so awesome. I got to go watch her get inducted. It was such an awesome experience to see my mom do something so proud. I love her. But
so she played basketball at community college,
Yes.
and then went on to play both basketball and softball at a 4-year school as well.
I think she played just softball.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but that's where she met my dad at Arkansas Monticello.
Okay.
So,
And he was an athlete.
yes, he played baseball. So I think he played baseball all 4 years at Arkansas Monticello. So that's where they met. And I'm actually named after a place in Arkansas.
What?
Wait.
Camden, I'm guessing. Camden, Arkansas.
Yeah, Camden, Arkansas. That's where they had their first date. And so they're like,
Is it really?
Yeah, so they were like, when they had me, they're like, you know what? Let's name her Camden. I think my dad said, let's just name her Camden after the place we had our first date. And my mom was like, you know what? Let's do it. So here I am with a rare name.
It's a good thing they went that direction and they didn't call you Olive Garden.
Yeah, that's a good route.
I don't know if they went to Olive Garden, but
We love Olive Garden in my family.
there you
I will
go.
admit.
You could have been Olive.
Yeah,
That's a
well,
word. I mean, that's a name. You
Hey,
know?
my grandma is Italian.
Then she probably doesn't like Olive Garden.
She actually loves it.
Does she? Okay, because most like legit Italians don't think that Olive Garden is legit.
Well, my family knows how to make raviolis. It's a tradition, our Italian tradition we do every Christmas, is
Wow.
make raviolis from scratch.
Okay.
Awesome experience.
That's
yeah.
for Christmas? Mm-hmm. Like the actual Christmas meal?
Mm-hmm. We'll eat it all together. They make soup, and then we'll make like I forgot what it's called, but it's like red. It's the sauce.
Oh, the sauce.
Like the red sauce.
Like the
and then-
marinara sauce.
Yes, it's like we have that kind, and then we'll make like a soup kind with
okay.
raviolis. It's very good.
So
I look forward to it every year.
So no turkey, no dressing.
Well, my
This is an Italian.
dad likes to turkey hunt.
Oh, so you have
Sorry, off subject.
no. Okay, so you might have a turkey in the freezer.
Oh, we do.
But for Christmas, it's Italian.
Yes, when we go to Mississippi.
Okay. Yeah. So is the turkey more of a Thanksgiving thing?
We eat mostly ham.
Okay. So what's happening to all these turkeys that your dad's killing?
We eat them throughout the year.
Oh, okay, just different times.
And my dad actually just killed one the other day.
Really?
Yeah, he's always hunting turkeys.
No, tell everybody where home is.
So I'm from Valdosta, Georgia.
Okay.
Well, okay, I've grown up in different places. So I was born in Valdosta, Georgia. And then, growing up, I've lived in like so many different states because my dad used to coach college football. So then I think when I was like 5, we lived in Kentucky, and then we lived in Statesboro, Georgia, and then just all over the place. And then we came back to Tifton. So I grew up in Tifton. That's where I grew up. And then my sophomore year of high school, we moved to Valdosta, Georgia. And then that's pretty much where we've been ever since. And then after I graduated, we moved to this new place called Hawkinsville, Georgia. And that's where we are now.
Hawkinsville. Mm-hmm. Small town?
Very, very small.
Like a Walmart and a red light small?
There's a Food Lion.
A Food Lion, okay. There you go. Walmart, a Food Lion, and a red light. So
Pretty much, and there's a Subway. Very small.
how close is it to, what's the closest big city?
Probably Macon. It's right by Buc-ee's, kind of.
Okay, well then
So
you
you know
got
where
that.
Buc-ee's is, yeah.
Yeah, you got
It's like
that.
I don't know how far Buc-ee's is. I want to say like 45-minute drive.
Okay. Well, that's
I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I wonder how many kids in Georgia are named Bucky because that was the first date of their mom and dad.
Okay, Buck.
It works unless it's a girl.
Yeah.
And I guess that could still work. In the South, you can really make anything work as far as names are concerned.
You can.
You know,
in the
Bucky
South.
Sue. I think that's it.
Bucky Sue.
Bucky Sue.
Bucky Lou.
Bucky Lou. I like that. That kind of works. Kind of works.
Yeah.
So have we hit all the siblings, and do you have any other?
Oh, I have a brother and a sister.
Okay, so I think we have we talked about either of them?
We haven't.
Okay.
I kind of went off track.
That's okay.
We can go back.
Let's rewind. We're back.
Okay, so I have a brother. His name is Cade. He played, so his freshman year, he went to play football at Army West Point. So he went to prep school, and then he transferred to Duke, and he played basketball there, but he got hurt, so he had to medically retire.
Oh, well, what year did he play basketball at Duke?
Oh, he played football.
Oh, I'm sorry. What year did he play football at Duke?
I want to say his sophomore year and junior year.
Older? He's older?
He's older. I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest. Okay.
So he's 23, and then I think my sister's 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your sister also an athlete?
So she actually was going to play sport in college, but she tore her patella tendon in her knee in playing basketball. So she couldn't really play in college. So
What was her sport?
she played everything. She played basketball, track, volleyball. She swam with me one year.
Okay.
So
That answers my next question. Did you do any other sports other than softball?
I did. Not many people know, but I grew up swimming my whole life. So I actually, there's a girl on the swim team here that I grew up with, kind of. Her name's Eden Truxwell.
Okay.
But she's a senior. But we were on the same swim team growing up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We talked to Alexia, and she swam too as a kid.
Did she really?
Yeah. So you guys,
I did not know that.
fire up the pool. Let's see who's still got it.
Wow, that's awesome. I'll have to talk to her about that.
Yeah. So is there anything from swimming that can in any way apply to the game of softball other than just getting in physical shape, I guess? Any
Like mentally or like just...
I guess. I don't, because you think about...
You got to learn how to control your breathing.
Okay.
So I would always be like, 1, 2, take a breath.
Does that help like in like high pressure situations when you're pitching?
In high pressure situations, I just somehow know how to calm myself down. I don't...
What's the movie? Do you know what I'm talking about? The baseball movie where he's able to, there's a massive crowd and he's able to just zone it down and he doesn't hear the crowd at all. You couldn't hear a pin drop.
Are you talking about the one and he
Kevin Costner, maybe? Oh, gosh.
Oh, wait.
I can't remember
Was
now.
he like a normal person and then he like throws like 100 and they draft him?
No, I think this is everything's legit. It's just he's able to zone out the entire crowd. And there's people absolutely screaming at us right now as they watch this because I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. But I kind of do that too sometimes. I just tune everything out and I don't know how to explain it. I'm really good at just like learning how to just tune everything out and focusing on what's in front of me. I don't know.
So you don't hear the crowd?
Not really. Sometimes I do. But
can you hear a specific voice in the crowd? Like if you're getting ready to pitch and you hear your brother or something like that?
Oh, I hear my mom.
Okay.
I hear my mom. She's like, "Come on, Cam." I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I hear." And my dad, because he's very loud. I know my dad, my mom, and my grandma. They come to almost every game.
Oh,
So
are they going to be at
them.
the tournament?
Not this time because they have work. But if they can make it Saturday, they will.
Well, then that's no pressure, but you got to get to Saturday so that they can come watch you play.
Yeah, that's the plan.
No question that you guys. I mean, we were talking to Alexia as well. It's like there's everything still in front of you as far as.
I'm excited. I'm so excited, but yes, I can't wait. I'm ready for it.
Well, tell everybody your journey then how you got to Liberty. What you had a stop along the way. I'm sure there was more than one stop because you're talking about high school and travel ball and all the other things that are involved in a young kid's growing into their role as a softball player. But collegiately, just tell us how you got to Liberty.
So last year I was at Georgia Tech. So then I had to hit the portal. Some things happen, and honestly, God's plan, I'm here now. So I'm just so excited to be here. And, I'm glad I'm here at a place where I have the opportunity to broadcast my talents that I know that God's gifted me. And I love being in a place where I have coaches that support me. And, I love my coaches. They're amazing. And I'm just thankful for, opportunities to be here. And it's great. I love it here.
When was the first time you heard of Liberty? Were you recruited by Liberty before you went to Georgia Tech, or was it after?
I wasn't, actually.
Okay.
So when I hit the portal, I was in the portal, and then all of a sudden I see an email from Coach Fagan. And so I'm like, me and my mom, as soon as we were actually talking about Liberty before, because I was like, okay, if I get an offer from Liberty, I'm going to Liberty. Because I was me and my mom were talking about it.
What was the time frame that
So
this conversation's happening?
This was when I was in the portal. I was back home. And
Was this after the Super Regionals? Liberty was on television. They were playing. They beat Texas A&M. They beat. Or
This
they're
was,
playing Auburn. I'm sorry, Oregon.
Oregon, yeah.
Yeah, and so that was the time frame.
I think you're not allowed to. It was after regionals.
Right after that.
I don't think you could talk to players during regionals.
Okay.
I think, but after regionals, yeah. So it was I don't know how long, probably a couple weeks. But I was talking to my mom. I was like, we were literally. I will never forget. I was next to my mom's bed. Like I was standing right next to her. And I was sitting on the edge of it, and we were just talking about like schools and whatnot. And so we were sitting there. I was like, Mom, what if like Liberty reaches out to me? Like, I want to go there. Like, I would not mind going to Liberty. And then we were just talking about it. And I get an email. All of a sudden, I look at my phone from Casey Fagan. Hi, Camden. I look at it. I'm like, Mama, you'll not believe who just emailed me. She goes, who? I'm looking at her like this. And she goes, no way. I was like, Liberty. So then we were like freaking out. And it was just such a awe moment because like I had been spending time praying and talking to God and be like, God, where do you want me to go? And then so it's like I knew from the start, like, I don't know, I just had a feeling about Liberty. And so here I am now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And from the point that you saw that email to the point that you committed to Liberty was how long? I mean, the way it sounds, 15 minutes, but I'm sure it wasn't
I knew them, but I had to go on a visit, had to talk to all these schools because I had a lot of schools reach out to me. And so I want to say, because probably like maybe 2 months. I could be really wrong. Maybe a month or two. 3.
Softball's weird because if you think about football, they're finishing up in January. If you make it that far, if you get a bowl game, but you know, at the latest, you're finishing up in early January. And then you make a decision to change and you go somewhere and they want you there as soon as possible. But in theory, you've got until the summer. You've got months to kind of make the decision, or not make the decision, but make the transition. But softball, you're making these decisions in June and July and you're having to report to school a couple weeks later. It's a pretty tight time frame, isn't it?
I think so. It was such a blur. I can't really remember the time frame. But yeah, it was an email from Fagan, and it was just talking about, hey, Cam, here's my number. Reach out to me. We would like to have a phone call with you and talk to you and whatnot. And so then I had to text her immediately as soon as I got that email. But I was like, wow, it was such an awe moment, and it was just amazing because I knew as soon as I got that email that, like, the Lord answered my prayers. So it was just like, wow, like I see you working, God. And it's just such a full circle moment.
What was your first thought when you got on campus?
I was like, wow. Okay, so when I was at Georgia Tech, everything was like sometimes like all together and being in the city and whatnot. And so when I stepped foot on Liberty, I was like, wow, there's space, there's trees. But it's so beautiful, the campus. I love it so much. It's just every time I step on campus, I'm like, wow, the breeze, the mountains. It's so great.
But now, you're being a Georgia girl, you're going to, north of Georgia. It's not, it's still technically in the South, but weather-wise, they're
different.
It's a little different. Was it a transition at all?
Yes, the air's thinner up here. And so
the altitude?
And so also with snow, like I've never really seen snow ever. This is the first time we had snow here, it was a blizzard. Everything was shut down. Right. And I was like, how am I supposed to drive in this? I've never driven in snow before. So when it happened, I was like, what do I do? Do I just do nothing? School's canceled. I just sit here and watch movies all day. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. I went sledding for the first time down the Hip Mountain, or down the hill next to the softball field.
Okay,
Not mountain, but on that hill, we actually have a video of it, but we went down it on like a little tube. So I went flying.
How'd you stop? Just
just fell.
Eventually.
I went over a ramp and I went back down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I love to do fun things. I'm a very adventurous person.
How are you spending your time when you're not playing softball, practicing, or studying?
Oh, I'll say if it's not softball, I'm probably doing something academically. Probably napping.
Napping is your pastime? Is your hobby?
Napping.
Well, you said you're adventurous, so
I'm adventurous. Actually, I do. Sometimes I'll go for like a little walk or like a little hike.
Okay.
So like I've done that before, and
You threw me off though.
I love to shop.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I will go shopping.
You're still throwing me off.
Oh, sorry.
Because you say, oh, yeah, I'm really adventurous. And then I say, okay, tell me. And the two things are napping and shopping, which I don't think, unless it's cutthroat shopping, I don't think that's overly adventurous. But.
Like, if I didn't have softball at all, or like if I have a weekend where I don't have softball at all, I'll be traveling or doing something. So like one weekend, like I went to Washington, and it was so beautiful. Awesome. It looked really cool. It was my first time going.
Okay, so you just like historical things or touristy
Just
things?
whatever catches my eye.
Okay.
But I love to do fun things. Like I'd rather go out and do something fun like bowling or watch a movie. Like go into movie theaters.
Okay.
I love doing that.
Okay. All right.
I'm such a movie girl.
Well, that's good because like I think a lot in your generation are just content with watching it on their computer now or on their TV at home, Netflix. So to actually go out to the theater is more of an experience.
See, yeah, I love the experience of things. It's what I enjoy. Like I enjoy doing things and like experiencing life instead of just being at home doing nothing. So it's like I'm gonna go live life.
Yeah. If you had your choice between, let's say, a concert or a cruise, I guess that's not fair because a cruise could be like 2 weeks long and it could be to the Caribbean. Maybe a cruise, maybe not a cruise, but like a concert, a play, or a sporting event. Like what would be your choice of those?
All right, I'll rank it. Play is probably gonna be last.
Okay.
I've never really gone to any, and I've only gone to a few concerts. Like, okay, you know John Fogerty?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him in concert.
John Fogerty. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I know a thing or two. But I saw him, and he actually came to Valdosta, Georgia, because in Valdosta we have like a little theme park, and me and my dad went, and we saw him in concert. Actually, the drummer threw me his drumstick.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and it's in my room.
Okay.
It's really cool. It's got a little splint, but it's signed. I was like, wow.
So he had signed it before he threw it? Or did you meet them afterwards and he signed it afterwards?
Well, it's kind of like it's signed, but it's like printed on there.
Oh, I see. It's probably his brand of drumstick or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got a guitar pick. It's in my car.
Were you in the front row?
Towards the end, yeah, because it was such an experience. It was so cool. Because yeah, and his son was up there because his son's younger. They look the exact same.
Wow.
But his son was guitaring, I think, playing the guitar.
Okay, can you tell me a John Fogerty song, or we'll give you the benefit of the doubt?
Or it was the whole
CCR.
band. So he was just playing the band songs because he was part of the band. What was the band?
CCR, Creedence
Clearwater Revival.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen The Rain? Love that song.
Very good. Yeah.
Up Around the Bend. Or is that? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
What else is there?
I'm not sure what the
My
exact
dad.
title of that is.
Going to school with my dad, he'd always be playing Creedence Clearwater Revival on the
Fortunate Son.
Fortunate Son.
Yeah.
That one's good.
Yeah.
What else is there? All of a sudden, my mind's gone blank.
No, that's better than I expected. No offense. But
Hey, I'm cultured.
That's pretty
Like I
good.
said.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I mean, that they were putting those songs out probably before your parents. What year was your parents born in? Those songs probably came out before your parents were born.
19. I should know this.
But let's be very careful about giving away your mother's age. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe I'm going down a road I don't need to be going down. But I'm guessing that possibly some of those songs were written.
I should know this because I've had to memorize my mom's like birthday forever, because I've always had to go like pick up stuff for her, and I have to know her birthday, so I should know this. 74?
Oh, let's calm down. Let's calm down just in case you're wrong.
I think she's 50. She's 50.
Oh, let's just say this. There's a slight possibility. There's a great possibility that your parents are too young to have been alive when some of those CCR songs
I think they were
written, because they were
those are old.
60s, early 70s, something like that. So yeah, we'll just stick with that story and forget that you gave out a number.
Let's hope I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom, if I got it wrong.
You know, some people are more sensitive about ages than others are. Some people don't care. It's just a number. And I mean, it's amazing the difference for somebody who is, just say 45, like someone who is 45 right now, what they look like compared to what someone who was 45 in the 1970s looked like. The people that were 45 in the 70s look like someone who's 75 now.
Yeah,
it's crazy how
crazy.
much different people look as they age. You know, they say 40's the new 30 or 60's the new 40 or whatever it is. But so yeah, we were walking on a thin line there for just a few seconds. It's a little bit of a tightrope on talking about your parents' ages. We'll move right past that. So how about on the field this year? How would you grade? I mean, I know the season's had some bumps for the team, ups and downs, and you know you can still win the tournament and everything's ahead of you. But as far as you personally, with your transition to a new environment, new staff, new coaches, new everything, do you feel like you're where you expected to be, above or below that?
I feel like so at the beginning of the year, I had to work really hard to get to where I am now, for being like where I am now. So at the beginning of the year, we had to like rank each other. So like where we are on like the staff, like pitching like levels.
Right.
And so I was like kind of here. So then I was like, you know what, Coach Dot, she said, work for it and you're gonna get it. And so when she told me that, I was like, okay, I'm going to work as hard as I can to achieve my dreams of being a starter for whatever college team I'm on. So when she told me that, I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So then I worked super hard during like the fall, working super hard, and I told Fagan, I was like, look, I want to be great. They're like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want, Camden? I was like, I want to be great. I want to be good at what I do. So we worked all worked all fall to get me here to where I am now. And so what it started off with is I wasn't the best. I was just here. So I told myself, I was like, look, the only thing that's going to stop me is myself. And I came to the realization, I was like, what matters is how I see things and how I do things. So if I tell myself I'm going to be here, well, I got to do it. So that's what I told myself, and I just told myself, I was like, I'm going to be our starting pitcher. That's my goal this year. So every year at the beginning of the year, I have this sheet I put on my door. I write down all of my goals I'm going to achieve this year, and so that was one of my goals: become one of our starting pitchers, become one of the best pitchers on my team. And one of them was to lower walks.
Okay. That might be like
that one's still a work in progress, but
that's I hate to. I mean, that's a staff-wide thing right now. Unfortunately, I think that, like everybody probably needs to put that as their lower the walks. Yeah.
Hey.
Is it fair to say now? And I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but is it fair to say that if this team had 20% less walks, as far as an ERA standpoint, you know, because the offense is coming around, and look over this last weekend, they're just scoring a million runs.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that 20% less walks and you probably would have had 5 to 10 more wins as a team, something like that? Has that been the biggest issue, or one of the biggest issues?
I wouldn't doubt it. I think that is one of the biggest issues probably this season, even for me, or I guess for the pitching staff. Is walks. But I will say, sometimes the umpires, they
squeeze you.
They squeeze.
Yeah.
They squeeze. They love to squeeze. But I guess as a pitcher, you have to like face adversity like that and try to figure out how to go through it. With me, I've been working on not showing any emotion when umpires, start squeezing me. I'm like, come on, like I was a strikeout. And it's like, it was a strikeout, but he called it a ball. So it's like, can't do anything. I'm like, and when that happens, I have to be like, okay, well, can't control that. I got to control what I can control. So on to the next girl. I'm going to get this next girl out. So I can't sit there and focus on the girl on the base. I have to focus on the girl in front of me. So been working on not showing any emotion. Worked on that last game, actually, when he started squeezing me. So
baby steps, right?
Baby steps, right. Yeah.
Well, we've gone long, but and that's my fault. We got off on concerts and John Fogerty, which is cool. That was fun. But I do want to ask quick. We got about 30, 45 seconds left here.
Oh, okay.
Academically, what are you studying? And when softball's over, whenever that may be, what's next?
I'm a business major. And so I'm now have a minor in tech entrepreneurship. So my idea is to, after college, I want to own a business. I don't know what I'm going to own yet, but I'm going to own something. I want to create something. I want to innovate something. So I'm also going to start taking like engineering and see what I can make. So I'm super excited to do that. So I'm so excited.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. Could it be something sports related? Like if you're talking about inventions and
I want to go into everything. I want to do so much. I have so many ideas. I'm constantly writing down all these ideas I want to do with like creating a business, and if all else fails, I'll go into real estate, but that's if I need to. But I want to own a business. I want to be a businesswoman. So we'll see.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, Camden, I almost called you Olive Garden. Camden, that's such a cool story, though.
Yeah.
That you're the first state, Camden, Arkansas. Mm-hmm. There you go.
I think that city itself has one stoplight.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So it's all come full circle.
Full circle.
Yeah, where the idea of you began, and now where you are now is back to one stoplight and a Walmart.
Yeah.
That sounds like that could be the title of your book.
Hey, actually, the new house we just moved into, guess what the name the street's called? It's called Camden Way.
Look out.
Watch out.
Look out. That's amazing. It's all the way around. So cool. Well, this has been fun. This has been a lot of fun. Well, we wish you nothing but the best the rest of the season.
Thank you.
It was great catching up, or I guess learning more about you, and we'll follow you guys until wherever the road ends.
Thank you so much for talking to me.
You're welcome. We'll be back with Coach Dot Richardson Pinto right after this.
Every great athlete knows the final minutes of the game are where champions are made. Whether it's the last inning, the fourth quarter, or overtime, every move counts. One smart play can seal the win, and one mistake could cost it all.
Fumble!
The same can be said for retirement. I'm Abe Abish, founder of Abish Financial Services. Those last 5 to 10 years before you retire, that's your final stretch. At Abish Financial, we can help build a game plan for taxes, healthcare, and income for the years ahead. Call us for your customized retirement playbook, 571-406-4411. If you're over 59 and have $500,000 or more of investable assets, we can create your plan complimentary. 571-406-4411 or visit abishfinancial.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Abish Financial Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor firm. Insurance services offered through Abish Financial Services, Inc., licensed in Virginia.
And welcome back into the Liberty Softball Show, special Conference USA edition of the program as we get ready for the Lady Flames run through CUSA, and I say that with the thought that it's going to be just that, Coach Richardson. It's going to be a run all the way through. 4 wins, that's all it takes, regardless of how 3 seed, 2 seed, 1 seed, whatever, doesn't matter. Well, 2 seed, 1 seed, I guess is a little different. But right now, you win 4 games, you're going to the regionals, and you're right where you were last year, and you got a chance to do just as much as you did or more than you did last year. And so is that nice to have that carrot in front that there's still a season left to play, really?
Yeah, it's very nice to know that the goals we've set for ourselves are still achievable right in front of us. So it's just a matter, Lord willing, that we play our best. If we play our best, will be hard to beat.
We talked to a couple of your pitcher and catcher, actually. Of course, Savannah Jessie catches most of the time, but over the weekend we saw Alexia Carrasquillo. We talked to her. We talked to Camden Anders, and their level of excitement for this week is palpable. I mean, it's just, you can tell that they're not happy with some of the losses that you guys had this year, and they feel like, okay, we've got something to prove. So it seems like the temperature of the locker room is of which that you would say this team's ready to go.
Well, it's great to hear. And I do believe that everything happens for a reason. And with the reason, it's really to motivate you in decision-making about what kind of player do I want to be. And when you look at some of the losses we have, even dropping 3 to La Tech, it was, what's happening here? And so that causes self-reflection. And even as coaches, we've been all season looking at the ups and the downs and how do we get to where we can level off at a way of just excellence with our talent, because we have a lot of talent. And it's just a matter of displaying it. And I think you saw some of it with Kennesaw State. And I think that momentum is going to help us move into this conference tournament.
For the fans that maybe are more on the casual side, and so I don't want to say that they just show up for the Conference USA tournament, but sometimes you do have some fans that it gets to be tournament time, and we see that in every sport. There's some fans that only watch the NCAA basketball tournament. They don't follow in December and January, and they don't know maybe the backstory on the team. So if you had to kind of give them the 1 or 2 minute synopsis of the season, how would that go from your perspective?
Well, we have one of the top 10 strength of schedules for out of conference in the country. And I did it on purpose because I knew what pitchers we had coming back, and I knew which pitcher we had, coming in at the time as a freshman. And so with the additions of Cam Anders, right, has been a great addition through the transfer portal from Georgia Tech. She's really stepped up a lot. But what happened in the strength of schedule is when you're not performing well and you're losing, and then you continue to roll with the losses, and you've got to look and say, wait a minute, after an historic season last year, 50 wins, never accomplished with Liberty softball in history of Liberty softball, to beat the number 1 seed for the NCAA postseason and regionals, which had never been accomplished in NCAA modern history for softball. To be able to have All-American and Golden Glove winner and Rachel Roop and others, all region, to have that stellar of a year and a number of players that experienced that season come back. I think a lot had to do with their expectations of themselves and the expectation of the team to say, wait a minute, doesn't seem as easy this year. And that's okay, because life's not easy. And this will be a season of perseverance. We have needed to persevere. And as coaches, same thing, trying to figure it out. What is it? And when you get a team chemistry where the team wants to be able to play for each other, when you get that, or you get a team that wants to play the game despite each other, either way, those two will work. So right now, I just am so excited that the team is excited, the staff is excited, everything in the past is now, the slate is clean, it's wiped clean. Here we are ranked, seated in the conference championship tournament, and everything we still want is ahead of us. And so let's get it done.
You mentioned Cam, and let's talk about the pitching approach for Conference USA, because clearly the days of Monica Abbott pitching every inning of a turn, those days are gone.
Yeah.
So what's it going to take as far as the pitching staff to win 4 games and get this championship?
Well, we've been pitching by committee, and so our go-tos right now, you look at Cam Anders, the lefty, just really turned the corner after we played Alabama. Excited for her and what she's done. A lot of wins. She should be recognized, I hope, on an all-conference team. She's just doing really well. So we've got her, and then come in with a righty. Right now, it looks like, Abby Finley is really stepping up. And then we go to another lefty after that, right? And that would be Dan or Allen. So that is a really cool combination, whether you switch them around, start with one, go to the other. But when you have a starter, we go as long as we can. And then what you just mentioned, it's very difficult to go through an entire lineup 3 times. So usually if you can get 1 through, great. You get 2 through, awesome. But we'll go for 3, but then you got to get to a point, like even Abby Finley in the 7th inning against Virginia Tech, with us beating them, right? At the time it was 10-4. They start recognizing your pitches and they start having that comeback, and we have to stop it by changing the momentum. And sometimes that means changing the pitcher.
From a hitting standpoint, if you look at the overall season numbers, might not be what you were hoping for, but if you start breaking it down to the conference year, those numbers have just steadily gone up.
Yeah, conference is really what you want to look at. And our team has really responded. When you're playing some of the top, I'm not saying top 20, I'm just saying top 10 teams in the country, we've had them on our schedule. And so when you're playing that caliber of ball and you just don't have it all together right away in the beginning of the season, batting averages are going to be tough. You can look at Brandon McManus ripping the ball all season, you guys, all season. But it was going right at people. And all of a sudden, the game gives it back to you. Next thing you know, ripping the ball. And she's, just doing stellar. You look at her batting average. So I tend to look at on-base percentage a little bit better. But when you look at all conference, we have quite a few that are in the 300s. And so that's what I look at, and that's what we've been preparing for. When you play a strong out-of-conference season, right, or in the schedule, when you do that, the main reason is to get ready for postseason. And then when they get into conference, for them to feel like, okay, this is nothing compared to what we just saw, right, going into battle with those top 20 teams. So that was the case most of the time, but we dropped some games we never should have. And the question is, they have to, as players, ask themselves why. And if they can answer that why, then they can fix it. And I think they've been coming on strong. So let's see how we do.
Last question for you. As far as does it matter who the opponents are along the way? It's just, if Liberty plays Liberty softball, it doesn't matter who you're playing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can look at Delaware playing Western Kentucky this past weekend. And on paper, you'd be like, oh, Western Kentucky's going to win. But Delaware, on their home field, beat them 2 out of 3 times. And Delaware is hosting. So you just never know. You can look at Jack State, who's had a phenomenal season this year. But you never know. Right? So when you come to a double elimination, which, by the way, it's beginning with a single elimination, 5 playing 8 and 6 playing 7. So those are play-in games, single elimination. Losers out. Winners continue. And then we'll face one of those winners between FIU and between La Tech. So we have faced both of them before, which I believe is to our advantage. I think our hitters, the more they see pitchers, the better they do. But you'll see, because the slate is wiped clean, but then all of a sudden you could be the winner in the winner's bracket. You've won all your games, and then you come to a winner-take-all championship game on CBS Sports on Saturday. So you want to get there. You want to be, either fighting your way back up to the top or staying at the top. Those 2 teams will face off in a single elimination game. It's showtime, baby.
I don't think there's any better way of saying it. And your connection to LA, you mentioned Showtime. I'm a Laker fan, so I'm with you 100%. Showtime all the way.
There you go, all the way. But why not? I mean, the gifts God's given these young athletes and all the athletes that you're going to be watching in this championship tournament for Conference USA. I mean, it's really showtime. It's like, do they believe in the gifts God's given them? Do they believe that these talents they've been given are meant to be displayed, right? Which is showtime. Lights are on. And if they don't worship this sport, but instead use this sport to give the worship back to the Lord, if they do that, they'll play with a sense of freedom. And that's where you want to be. Competitive, focused, driven to be the best you can be. And to do it not for acceptance of others, but to do it because that's what pleases the Lord. That's what He's given our gifts for. And when you're pleasing the Lord, that's all that counts. Everything else will take care of itself, right? And that's what I believe coaching is about, a calling from the Lord to impact the lives of those that He brings to you on the field, with your staff, with fans, through opponents, and just spectators. I mean, you name it, even, relationships with umpires, right? Just to do it right, broadcasting, look at yourself. It's such a huge athletic training. I can go on and on. It's such a broad involvement with people beyond just the players on the field. And that is awesome because you're reaching so many. And so what are you reaching them for and about? And I hope it's totally being driven to show Jesus Christ in all that we say and do. And what a great, missionary field to do it on.
I don't think I can add anything to that, Coach. We wish you the best. We'll follow you along the way.
Thank you so much. God bless everybody who is listening. Keep following the Flames because it's Go Flames. And what, Jamie? And go God.
Absolutely, 100%. If you want more information, you can go to libertyflames.com. We'll be there with the team. YouTube, Facebook, the Liberty Flames app, as well as the website. Just click on those links. Joe Carmody will keep you updated throughout the week. If anything changes because of long games or weather, we'll let you know because it's that time of year that you could have a game starting at 10 o'clock at night. You could have a game moved and playing at 10 o'clock in the morning. We saw that at Duke playing Georgia at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, we played at 1, yeah.
You just never know.
Never know.
Go to libertyflames.com and you'll find out all that good information, and we'll be there for you. So long. God bless.
You've been listening to the Liberty Flames podcast. Join us next time as we visit with those making Liberty Flames news on the field, on the court, and in the classroom.